Hello everyone, Samurai Rabbit here for GameWatcher. Today we take a look at Call to Arms from Digital Mindsoft, which is currently on Steam Early Access. Call to Arms is a real-time strategy game that sees players take control of the US military and a generic Middle Eastern militia. It's multiplayer only, unless of course you purchase the Deluxe Edition for an extra £8, which gives you access to the single player campaign. But don't worry, if you purchase the Standard Edition, you can upgrade to the Deluxe Edition for £11. Dem mathematics. Well, enough of the bullshit DLC for a game that's not even finished yet. Is it any good? A modest complement of maps can be fought over in two main game modes, Domination and Last Man Standing. Domination sees you capturing strategic points, and Last Man Standing, as you can imagine, tasks you with annihilating your opponent completely. You accrue manpower over time that can be spent to recruit infantry, support teams and light vehicles to do your bidding. Each team has a single spawn point for units, which means that your military might trickles onto the map gradually as if your generals left the reinforcements tap running. Taking advantage of cover and the moderately destructible environment is the crux of the game. Troops caught out in the open will be shredded by enemy fire. You can adjust the stances and firing modes on the fly to help your men stay hidden or get the drop on the enemy. Each individual soldier has his own inventory of weapons and equipment such as medkits, grenades and smoke bombs. You can also salvage enemy equipment to use their anti-tank missiles or heavy machine guns against them. You can also commandeer enemy vehicles, which quite frankly never gets old. This importance placed on cover and the multitude of equipment and orders that you can issue to your troops does highlight problems with the pathfinding Call to Arms currently has. Many times I've had a squad take cover on the wrong side of a wall, or break from cover to throw a grenade. I even had a merc with an RPG charge directly at a Humvee and fired his weapon at point blank range. Not exactly what I intended when I ordered him to attack. When the pathfinding behaves itself though, setting up overlapping fields of fire and storming enemy positions is really satisfying, and the challenging AI makes for some fun matches when other humans aren't available. The maps that are included at this stage of the game are quite forgettable. There's nothing that really stands out. However, there is Steam Workshop support and there's already a decent amount of maps created by the community. Hopefully this will continue beyond launch to keep the multiplayer fresh and interesting. There is a progression system because of course there is. You level each faction up individually between matches and this unlocks new units and vehicles for that faction. I'm not a huge fan of this as it means that more experienced players will have access to more powerful units and will likely curb stomp new players into oblivion. Being able to call in Navy SEAL teams while your opponent has access to only 60% of his or her units isn't ideal. I prefer it if cosmetics like name badges or decals for vehicles were unlocked rather than elite units. If you get tired of issuing orders or really need somebody on the field of battle to do as they're told, you can take direct control of troops and vehicles. While this seems like an interesting idea, the controls of vehicles are clunky at best and hilariously bad at worst. The Hummers and pickup trucks handle like drunken rhinos, smashing through everything in their way. It can be useful to take control of the weapons, however, when you want to eliminate a specific target. While vehicle control is poor, controlling individual troops is a nightmare, and I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. These controls need to be improved significantly before launch. The GUI, while it does display most of the information you need, it does so in an inelegant way. There are dozens of icons on the screen at once, and not every command appears to have a hotkey. The minimap also does not display the names of the strategic points in Domination, which makes communication with your teammates a bit of a nightmare. In conclusion then, despite dodgy pathfinding and single player being kept behind a paywall, Call to Arms does have the potential to be a bloody good RTS, but I recommend waiting for more polish, more maps, and for single player to be included in the base price. I would also recommend that you buy in with a few friends, as playing and working together as a team is by far the most satisfying way to play at the moment. Call to Arms is currently available on Steam Early Access, priced around £15 or your regional equivalent for multiplayer only, and £23 for the Deluxe Edition. Upgrading to Deluxe Edition after you've purchased will cost you £11. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Samurai Rabbit, and I'll see you next time.